Welcome everybody to the June Ask Your Guides Live VIP. So glad that you are here with us. I see we have a few people joining on YouTube. Welcome, and welcome to all the people over here on the Zoom side. If you're wanting to get your question answered, you need to be on the Zoom side with your camera on. Those are the rules for this particular gathering. And we were just chatting here before we went live about all the crazy energy out there. So if you guys are feeling it too, I'm sending you lots of angel love and energy to lift you up so that you can glide through this crazy energy that we're experiencing right now and know that it's purposeful. It's our bodies adapting to the new shifts into the fourth dimension. It's since we went in last June, we're at a year now. We've been in fourth dimension, and it's gone pretty slowly. It's been very subtle shifts, but all of a sudden it's picking up speed. So that's part of what we're experiencing, along with our DNA being restructured, because we're not there yet. Still a ways to go. But thanks for being here. Let's do a quick little opening prayer, and then we're going to dive into your questions. Take a couple of deep breaths, sit back. Oh, let's let go of all that stuff from outside and just focus on this beautiful circle we have of these lovely light beings gathered with us today. Thank you for all of you being here. Thank you to your teams for being here. Thank you, Metatron, creator. We so appreciate your consistency, always being present, always helping us, lifting us up, even when things feel a little wonky. Thank you for what you will do with us today. We are so appreciative. We anticipate excitedly what we're going to experience in this circle. Oh, and with that, I think that's enough. Let's just glide into the light and see what happens. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And off we go. All right. So, adventurer, I think you were here first. So come on up. Oh, you're muted. I'm not hearing you. Not yet. Can anybody hear him?
No, and when I look at the list, the icons are grayed out.
Huh. You might have to go out and come back in, adventurer, because it's showing me that you're unmuted. I don't know if he went out or not.
Looks like he's still connected by mic only.
Yeah, so maybe he's working on it there for a sec. Okay. So
now
we can hear you now. We heard a word now.
Yeah, let me bring you back up now. Why are you doing that? No, it's not letting me.
How about now?
Add spotlight. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yes, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. No, I was trying to get the screen to go the right way because it was showing up differently on the YouTube side.
Yes, if I go to this art show in OKC on July 13th and 14th, will I do good there?
Okay. So is it an optimal professional choice for adventurer? Is that it's professional to go to the art show in Oklahoma in July? Is that an optimal choice? It is an optimal choice. And is it highly likely that he will achieve his goals there? Not all, but some, yeah. More of what you want than not. So there's probably some little tweaks you could still do to make it even better.
Okay.
But it looks good.
All right. Fantastic.
Good luck. Let us know how it goes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Elena, come on up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Well, I actually wasn't going to come on today until I woke up this morning in the first thought in my head was, why am I even bothering? Because if I don't have the financial resources to help myself, how can I help the students and clients that are looking for me? So I need to find out, is there still a block somewhere that's stopping the prosperity from coming in, or what am I missing?
Okay. So for Elena, is there a financial block? There still is. Okay. Can you give us a clue what that might be? Oh God, you're gonna love this one. The block is that you think there's a block. Stop looking for what's wrong and look for what's right. You have already shifted. You've got more streams of income started. Follow through with the things that you've got in process and don't worry about it. You don't need to be rich to help somebody else. You have the knowledge. What's blocking you is a little bit of the fear and the frustration and lack of patience. Remember, it doesn't happen in our timeline, it happens in their timeline. They're working on it. Trust that they are working on it, and you are seeing signs that it's shifting.
Me, lack of patience? Oh, no.
Yeah. So that's what it is. And the more you focus on that, the more you push it away. So stop doing that. Just shift your mindset that it's already taken care of and be in a state of gratitude that it's taken care of.
So
Go
that will allow by shifting that thought, that will allow the land space that I know is supposed to be coming in and the for the retreat center and that space, it'll allow that to finally show itself.
You're saying you're jumping a little too far ahead of yourself. First, get stable where you are, one step at a time. But so the dream of the retreat center, is that still an optimal choice? Yeah. Okay. Can you give us a timeline? Is it more than a year? More than 2 years? They're saying somewhere like 18 months. So work on the stuff you've got that you can work on right now. And
Okay.
it'll start snowballing. Because once you get on that track, you'll have more confidence, you'll feel better, you'll have less doubt, which of course brings more. So for right now, it's really get into the flow, stop worrying, stop letting the fear come in and ego telling you that you don't have what it takes. Because you do. And there are people out there waiting for you to help them.
I
You don't
know.
have to be rich to help them. Start helping them now.
I do. It's just that because I'm in that, because like my apartment is going to be disappearing in a couple months. So, and I can't, based on the guidelines here where I live, I can't apply even for another apartment because they base it on your income. And so here in Arizona, you have to have 3 times what your rent is.
Mhm.
So I don't even qualify anymore to live
Okay.
where I'm at.
So stop, because what you're doing is focusing on all the blocks. Stop
Okay.
focusing on the blocks. That's not your problem. That's your angel's problem. Give it to them. Let them figure it out.
Okay.
You've got 2 months that you could be doing, moving forward, being active in creating your new reality instead of focusing on what's not working.
Okay.
You keep going back to what's not working, and then you manifest more of what's not working.
Yeah.
You know this.
I was just going to say, I know that. Tell me something I don't know.
I get it. Knowing it and actually doing it are two different things. I suck at self-care, but doesn't mean I give up. I still keep trying to get better at it. So you keep trying to get better. You do get better at letting go of all the reasons you can't. Instead of looking at why you can't, always look at how can I? There's always a way.
So what do my guides want me to focus on now to help move me forward past this block?
So what is the optimal thing for Elena to focus on in the short term here? Just going about your business day by day, doing what you can, and that opens up the energy for them to do what they can.
Okay.
Instead of calling them back, emergency, emergency, she's freaking out again.
They know me so well.
Yes. And so when you stop doing that, then they can keep doing what they were doing. You're taking them off of task.
Okay.
Whenever you shift back into that place of fear and doubt. Baby steps, though, one day at a time. Don't rush too far ahead.
Okay.
Know that they're bringing all the pieces together, and you have a backup plan.
I do.
You told me you're going to visit family for some period of time.
Oh yeah, I haven't asked yet, but they told me I could, but we'll see if that's still there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But that's a backup plan,
Yeah.
right? So you put your stuff in storage and you go, you get out there, you see what you can find. Just allow them to bring those things into your awareness. And by you getting out, taking that action, you are opening up the doors to more opportunities rather than being stuck in that spot where things have gone so wrong for so long. Get out of there. Bad
Okay.
energy, right? That bad energy keeps dragging you back in.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Katerina, come on up.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi. So my question actually is two-part, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I've been pretty sick for about 6 months. And I'm really disappointed because I was supposed to travel quite a long distance tomorrow. And two practitioners that I've been working with, the sort of physical and spiritual healing practitioners, both told me that they thought I would be fit enough to travel, and they've both said it's a really bad idea for me to travel tomorrow. And I'd been so looking forward to it, and I'm just trying to come to terms with this news. And I'm wondering what I'm also having doubts in what they say, and I'm wondering what my guides say. Is that the optimal choice for me at the moment to postpone travel?
So for Katerina, is it the optimal choice to postpone her travel? Right now it is, yeah. So the doctors are right.
Okay. Okay.
So can you give her a timeline for when she might be able to travel? Would it be year 2024? Okay. So are we talking more than 3 months? Oh, more than 2 months. Less than 3? So between 2 and 3 months, they're saying.
Okay. That's encouraging.
Does
Yeah.
that match with what the doctors are telling you?
Well, so I mean, where I'm staying currently in this country, I have to leave in the next month, actually. But they've said I might be well enough to go in the next month. And that's what I'm hoping. So I'm going to take that from the guides as maybe.
Given that
Mm.
there's a health issue and it might endanger your health to travel, could you get an extension of a month? And that would put you into that ideal time.
Yeah, it's possible. It's very difficult with the visa regulations here, but it's
But if the
possible.
doctors write you a statement that it's your health, maybe, right? Worth a try.
Yeah, this country, even with a statement, there's a risk that you'd be banned for 5 years from ever coming back, even with a doctor's letter. So it's pretty severe consequences. Yeah. So
Is there a way
uh,
you can travel less of a distance than you were planning so that it's not as much of a strain on your body?
yes, or I could do it more incrementally. What I'm hoping is that if I take the next month and take really good care of myself, I could reconsider and see where I'm at then.
Yeah, things can always change. And
Okay.
talk to your angels and ask them to bring something into your awareness within this next month that will help you accelerate your healing. That's always possible too.
Okay, thank you. And the second part of the question, do they have any message for me on my health? Is there some hope here or something that I can do to heal faster?
Okay, so anything you can tell Katerina, what can she do to accelerate her healing? Something to do with water.
I'm very thirsty right now.
So weird. Is it about drinking water? No, it's not about drinking water. I'm seeing you like in these some kind of baths, like
Mm.
medicinal baths.
Mhm.
So is that like salt baths? Not salt baths, something else. Like springs? Yeah, more like springs.
Hmm.
I don't know. So if there's anything in your area where it's some kind of medicinal baths, they're saying that would be helpful.
Okay, I'll have a look for that.
Is this about detoxing? No, it's something about moving the energy in your body.
Mm, okay.
There's blocks of the energy in your body, so it's causing the healing to slow down. So something about these baths will help to move the energy in your body, stimulate the healing faster.
Okay, that's great. Do they see me getting better if I keep doing these things that I've been doing for several months?
So is it highly likely that she will heal from these activities she's engaged in? Yeah, it's time. But the baths can help to accelerate.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Keep us posted.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, Rachel, come on up.
Hello. Let me see if I have my
Hey there.
microphone. Yes.
While you do that, let me just the people over on
I'm
YouTube.
here.
Hey, you guys, if you want to come join us on Zoom, please do, because I've only got a handful of people here, so there will be time for you if you want to come over. All right, Rachel, what's happening?
Everything's fine. I have three short kind of optimal questions. Well, the first one not. The first one is more a message from my guides I have this anxiety related to a bad habit. And I just want to know why. What's the message? How can I get rid of it? Like, is there anything at all coming up?
Okay, so for Rachel, can you give us some insight into this anxiety connected to a bad habit? Can you help us understand the source or what she might do to resolve it? Deep breathing, of course, that's the first thing with anxiety. And they're showing me you're doing even more, like it's exaggerated deep breathing. And you're saying doing this, explain that, please. So twice a day, pause and do that extra, like exaggerated deep breathing, whether you think you need it or not. What you're doing is it's retraining your body, and this is really weird, something to do with neural networks. I don't get it, but twice a day, just stop for a couple of minutes and do some exaggerated deep breathing and really be present in your body when you do it. It's somehow it's reconnecting something for you so that you can relax and not be so stressed.
And is there any message related to that habit? Like, where is this coming from?
So, can you give us the source? How did this thing come about? Is it a present life issue? So it's a past life issue. Okay. So tell us what it's about. Yeah, it's a past life death scene where I'm seeing you, it's like in a mine or something, and there's a collapsing and all this stuff pouring down on you and not being able to breathe, of course, because the air, and then eventually you're covered up. So, all right, what can she do about that? It's consciously acknowledge it and then let it go because you can't change it. It's over and done with. That trauma is gone. Holding on to it in this life is not helpful.
Hmm.
So it's setting the intention. Okay, got the story. Now let's let it go. Let's not engage with that anymore. And is there a lesson that's attached to that she needs to learn? Letting go. The lesson is letting go. Wow. So when you're faced with this, you can see that your demise is right there. There's nothing you can do. Instead of freaking out, panicking, you just take a couple of deep breaths and you turn yourself over to your divine team. It's like Jesus, I commend my spirit. It's in that moment of surrender. That's super powerful. And that's carrying forward into the present life. When you are banging your head against a brick wall, it's just not working. It's that moment of surrender where you say, oh, This isn't going to work no matter what I do. So why am I doing this to myself? Let it go. Walk away, find a different path.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's not quite clear, but I'm just gonna let it sink, so that's okay.
Let it simmer.
Yeah. So I kind of made up my mind. Portugal is just not for me. It's my whole body is screaming so I kind of want to know like what's the months or so that I will be leaving, and if there's any idea where next. But I'm kind of want to know like, am I still here for a few more months? Because I still need to sell my place.
Mhm. Well,
If
do you
there's
have to be in country to sell the place?
no.
Yeah, so don't let that stop you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
That is a
so
good
for
point.
Rachel, is it optimal for her to leave Portugal? Yes. Can you give us a timeline for the optimal timing to exit? Say whenever you want. You don't have to stay. You're not feeling comfortable there, so why would you stay longer? Get
Yeah,
out as
for
soon as
sure.
you can.
But I'm just
So
like, okay, where
what are the
next? Like,
options?
I have no clue whatsoever. No clue
Well,
whatsoever.
Belgium, because you keep asking about Belgium. So is
Yeah, but that
Belgium,
doesn't feel good to me.
no?
Maybe
I'll get a yes on Belgium if you want to go there. What other countries are you considering?
not the slightest clue. I would say Spain. It's
Spain?
just
Would
the only
Spain
thing
be?
that comes up.
Sure. And they're saying, Rachel, it doesn't matter. Go where you're
No.
happy. It doesn't matter to them where you go. They'll
Hmm.
work with you wherever you choose to go. And if you keep saying, I don't know where I want to go, and please tell me where to go, they're like, well, you're
Yeah.
abdicating your responsibility.
Yeah.
And then we are limited in what we can do for you. You've got to
I'm
decide.
I'm just curious, sorry, about this. Is it going to be me traveling to different locations, or am I going to be in one fixed location? I think that's where I'm hesitant about. That's the only thing.
What brings you the most joy? Again, it's your choice. Do you want to be
Mm,
stationary or do you want to go back to being a nomad?
yeah.
And you can do both. Do one for
Yeah.
a while, then do the other for a while until you decide
Yeah.
what feels best. Until
Mm,
you get that, you're limiting them in what they can do to help you
yeah. Yeah.
because they're serving your needs. They're not telling you
Mm.
what to do.
I have to decide, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so go sample some stuff. See what feels good.
I'm kind of always waiting for guidance, but yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't tell you where to go. That's the
Mm.
problem. If you're always waiting for that, then you're always
Yeah.
going to be waiting for it. They're
Exactly.
waiting
And
for you
nothing's
to say,
changing.
wow, I like
Yeah.
this. Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And you don't know what that is until you sample it.
Yeah. Thank you, Deborah. And if everybody's watching YouTube, please hit the like button and the subscribe because Deborah is just great. And I am going to message you about a session as well. So thank you,
Awesome.
Deborah.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. Epiphany. Are you there to turn your camera on?
Yes, I am. I am.
Oh,
Morning.
good morning.
Okay, so something that I've learned recently is that I have different aspects of myself from other timelines that are streaming into this timeline, and they're actually having an influence on the progression of my life in this timeline. And so I know specifically about two of them, but I need to know their story so I can go in and clear it. And so that's why I'm coming to you and I'm asking you, like I said, there's aspect, we're going to call them aspect number one, aspect number two.
Okay.
And I need to know what timeline they're from. And I kind of need to know their story of what happened that led them on this darker path, like this path of service to self, this path of accumulating power. So I just kind of need to understand their story.
Okay. Now, these aspects, are they parallels in your present life, or are they, help me understand what they are.
Okay. So I've learned that that our soul lives every single lifetime at the exact same time.
Oh, it's
Because
the
like
way.
in present, yeah, so in present, like in our embodied physical life, we think of time as linear. But on the metaphysical plane, time is not linear. So our soul is experiencing every single lifetime at the exact same time. And we're all streaming those energies into each lifetime at the same time. So remember last month I had the bleed through, and I had that itching and burning, and then you had found out that it was a past life, that it was an emotion that I was feeling in this life. Well, that being a lifetime that is basically playing out at the exact same time, but being streamed through into this lifetime at the same time. And because I felt that it was like an extreme fear that I felt at a moment. And because I connected with that extreme fear from that other lifetime that's being streamed through, it came out in me physically. So I went in, I cleared it because I got the story from you. So if you can just present it as asking my guides, this, like, aspect number one, who, like, where, like, what lifetime are you from? Or like, what is your story? So by learning that story, like the same thing with that, that wounding that I had with the last past life, I'm able to then go in and clear it.
Okay. And is there something specific that's attached to that number one that we want to ask about?
Yes, we want to ask what happened to them. So like aspect number one, that's playing out in Danielle's life right now, or it's having an influence. So aspect number one, who is having an influence on Danielle's progression of being the best that she can be in this lifetime. Like, what is your story, or what happened to you, or what lifetime are you from, basically, and then what happened to you, like the wounding.
So, but how is it manifesting in the present? That lets me get there
It's
faster.
okay. It's causing me to not. It's blocking me. It's creating a block that's not allowing me, like, to progress in my life. And it's blocking me on like a mental level, like it's having an influence on like the way I think, or like my energy level, or this or that, because it's basically it's not, it's like something that's saying like you can't it's kind of hard to explain because I'm just learning about it.
Limitation.
And okay, so I learned that I had this aspect of myself from another lifetime that was literally trying to control me in this life. And I had to go in and like have these people physically, like literally they had to block it out. And it was interfering so bad that it was creating static in like the music that was being played. And it was it was really, on an energetic level, it was really trying to live my life because it was so afraid in its life. And so I had to go in and go to its lifetime, and I had to like connect with it and then do this like polarity integration with it. So it's kind of like big stuff, and I don't want to go too crazy, right, because we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to know, I don't know their names, right, but they are me in another lifetime. So what happened in that lifetime that has created it to go down this path, so then I can go in and help heal it so it stops affecting me in this life.
Okay. We can talk about this on the mastermind because there's some more to delve into there. But yeah, let's just ask the question. So for aspect number one that's impacting Danielle in a controlling, limiting fashion, what is the story? I'm seeing tomato red, and it's often about the root chakra, but also could be blood. So what is that about? Can you tell us what lifetime this was? Getting 43 lifetimes ago. So was it a female? Was it a female lifetime? Okay. And can you tell us approximately what age this trauma occurred? I'm getting 12. So female at age 12, what happened to her? Oh, ghastly. I'm seeing you in, the like the white poofy hat that they wore back in the day and the long white nightgown and blood everywhere. Oh, very powerful. Okay. Was it an attack on her family home? Yeah, it's like invaders came in and, raping, pillaging, stabbing. Horrific.
Okay.
Blood
Yep.
everywhere. I mean, the pressure
Okay.
in my chest is very intense.
Okay. So what happened to me? What happened to me? Because did I pass away or was I taken?
You died. Yeah, you're
I
covered in
died. Okay.
you died.
Okay. Dead. Okay. So then I will,
But it was
okay,
total
I'll work.
disempowerment because it came out of nowhere. It was so unexpected. And it was like,
Okay.
poof, your life is gone in a flash of an eye. It was just because it was so fast, there was no time to process. It's like, here you are living your life, happy kid, and then bam,
Okay.
lights are
Okay.
gone.
Okay. I can roll with that. Can we try aspect number 2? Do we have enough time?
Yeah,
Okay.
so aspect no, we only have a few people, so yeah, we have time.
Okay, perfect.
So
Perfect.
aspect number 2, can you tell us, is that past life? I'm still feeling number 1. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Sometimes that does. When there's an intense amount of energy, that's how they communicate it. So I just let it pass. Aspect number 2, past life. Okay, so how many past lives? I'm feeling my tongue getting cut out before I even get to what past life it is. So what past life was this? 23, somewhere around 23. Was that
23 lifetimes ago?
something like that? Yeah.
Okay.
It's never exact. It's in that range.
I got it. Yeah. Got it.
Male. So it's a male lifetime. And what age did the trauma happen? Again, trauma at a young age, sometime in the teens. All right, can you narrow it down? 17. Okay. Male 17. You were dabbling around with one of those groups, like the one that starts with an I that people don't like to talk about, and those groups that controls people. And I don't know, is it because he told? Yeah, it's all secret stuff. So if you talk about it, there are consequences and they cut your tongue out. And so did he live? Okay, he lived. All right. Did he live a long life without a tongue? Yeah. In fact, they made sure you lived a long life because they wanted to make the point and make you an example for other people.
Okay, so I basically talked about something I wasn't supposed to, and they cut my tongue out, but I still lived.
Yeah,
That's like
that was a long-term torture.
Okay, but lived. And then so then it was basically just about okay. Does it matter then, like when I passed in that lifetime, or was it just about the whole
No, it
that
was about them
trauma?
controlling and torturing you. And also, when you go and dig up karma like this,
Yeah.
the whole point is, what were you supposed to learn? And of course,
Okay.
what were you supposed to learn there? Don't mess around with those kind of groups. Better choices.
Right. Yeah. It's just crazy how it's like playing out in my life now, that aspect, right? So that's now that I know the story, which you are amazing. Thank you so much. I can now from there figure out what's the next step to help clear that person in that time, I guess. And so then it no longer streams into this lifetime. because I learned about this in a dream. I had a specific dream about this. And then I went to another light worker that I work with, and then they were like, oh, this is what it means. And then now I find out the story. So I'm ticking away. Okay. Thank you so much. I so appreciate it.
Good luck with
Thank
that.
you. All
Okay.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Eileen, are you there?
Of course. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. First of all, sending love and positive white light to everybody. Calming positive white light to everybody.
Yeah, we could use some of that.
Oh, yes. And I have actually 2 questions. I'm applying for new jobs. I just applied for one yesterday. Do the guides say I have a good chance of getting it? I am going to continue looking, but that particular job happens to be within the DC, not the DC exactly area, but within a community in emergency management. It'd be working in a training center just up the road from here. Do the guys see that there's a possibility of me getting this job? I am going to continue looking elsewhere, but I'm just wondering if this is a possibility.
Okay. So the job that Eileen applied for, is it highly likely that she would be selected for this job? No, that one's not going to work out.
Yeah.
It feels like there's too many threads intertwined with it. It's too messy and not a good choice for you.
Oh, yeah, I could see that real easily. Yeah, I had a feeling, but I'm trying to learn to trust my instincts, but I just needed another set of ears to listen to me and give me. Do the guides see if I continue along this path of purposely applying to new positions that something will come up sooner?
Okay. So is the optimal choice just to keep applying for jobs? Yes, but doing it in a more precise way, not just scattershot everything.
Oh, no, I don't. It's
Okay.
I am looking in specific areas of, again, working in emergency management. And I do look at the position, say, if I got this position, would I be happy?
Well, here's the
Or
thing.
not happy. Would it be someplace I would not want to work? Let me put it that way.
You really want to stay in emergency management? Maybe that's
Well,
you're limiting yourself. Because that's what I'm feeling. That's just not a match for you anymore.
the position that I applied for is emergency management, but it was training. It was not working in the field. It was training. And I figured that would be a way to continue with my skills in helping people, but not having the stress of dealing.
So what I'm getting is you still are focused on helping people even when selecting a job. Stop it.
Okay.
Focus on helping Eileen. What does she need? Get that first.
I know.
You keep leaving yourself out of the picture. So guess what? They're leaving you out of the picture.
Believe it or not, I'm sort of getting better because I've been teleworking for the past 2 months. As I mentioned, I was diagnosed with position vertigo, which that's the other question.
Crystal? Is that the crystal in the ear?
It's part of it is the middle of the crystals in the middle of the ear, but part of it is my brain, because it's been going on for so long, my brain has decided that it's not going to trust what the middle ear says anymore. So when I close my eyes, I tip over because it can't trust what the middle ear is saying. So the physical therapist is working at both realigning the crystals and retraining my brain to trust it, if that makes sense. But so since I've been teleworking, I have been able to focus more on me. I haven't been, I got to help this person, I got to help that person. I haven't been pulled into the politics as much as what's going on at work right now. And it is shifted to focus more on me. But as you guessed, when I'm looking at jobs, it's still helping others. And you're right, I got to stop doing that. But that
choose the wrong thing.
I'm also, if I don't do that, I don't know where to look for jobs, and that's part of my problem. Because I've
teleworking, if it's working, why not stay there?
Well, because of the way the job is, I've only been allowed to telework because of medical, because I don't feel safe driving.
Yeah.
And it's a good hour drive to where I work. And I find I can't stand for long and things like that. And I'm just that little off center enough that I just don't feel safe. So, and I've been having some double vision also. So I'm able to telework.
Okay. Have you thought about applying for disability temporarily until you resolve the problem? That way you focus on you.
I don't know if I would be allowed to. I do have a medical dispensation to allow me to telework.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been, and it has been working out well for me. And I only go into work on specific days that there's an event going on that I have to be there for.
Yeah, because you're right. It's not safe to drive. That can come at any time, and
right. And that's why I don't drive. I really don't drive much at all. And when I do drive, I aim to drive when it's not traffic, off the traffic, the rush hours.
Yeah, I've been there where you got to pull over immediately because all of a sudden it comes out of the blue. And
yeah, well,
dicey.
Me, it's more of the position. So if I go from laying down to standing up, if I shift my head just a little bit too quickly, it just throws that little twist in my head. At least my eyes don't twirl anymore like they did earlier in my physical therapy. But I'm just trying to figure out, if I'm not looking for emergency management, where to look for positions. And I've got to start thinking. And then, do the guides have any suggestions on where to start?
Well, you've done other things before. What are other things you've done that you enjoy? Because it's find something that you enjoy. Take care of you.
I was an event planner dealing with academic conferences for many, many years and really enjoyed doing that.
To go back there?
I can't go in that. That was the Hawaii International Conference on System Sciences. I don't see me moving to Hawaii.
No, but is there something similar elsewhere?
I don't know. I'll have to take a look.
Yeah, something that you enjoy doing that's not a big strain, and you have way too much stress in your job.
Yeah. There are parts of it I really like. I mean, there are parts I really like. Luckily, I don't do a lot of response right now. I'm more into, let me go in the deepest, darkest recesses of my brain and pull out their worst nightmares and develop exercises to test their plans. And I really enjoy doing that. Well, I'll start looking. I'll start thinking outside. The other thing I'd like to ask the guides is, what was the lesson I was supposed to learn from my marriage that is no longer? Okay. I want to see, did I learn what it was, and did I learn it? If not, I want to make sure I do learn it now.
Okay. So for Eileen, was there a message she was supposed to learn from her marriage?
A lesson, whatever it might be.
Okay. You picked the wrong guy. That's the lesson. It's not complicated. Sometimes you pick the wrong one. It doesn't work. But here's the thing. Figure that out sooner than later, and don't stay around if it's the wrong one. It's never going to be the right one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more discernment for you, which is kind of in your life, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, since then, I have been reluctant to get into any new relationship. At first I used the excuse of our son, because our son was dealing with enough of the drama, because my ex was brought in someone who he chose the wrong person that time too, and caused a lot of relationship problems between he and our son, to the point where it was almost to the point where it could not come back. And luckily it has. So I really avoided getting involved with anybody. Now I'm just out of the practice.
So if you want a relationship, ask your angels to help you find the optimal long-term partner.
Okay, but
And
I think I
they'll
still,
bring them across your path. And if you go into it with just an idea of, I'm just going to have fun, I'm going to make friends,
Mhm.
and see where it goes. Don't put pressure on yourself.
Okay. Do the guys see my ear getting better, this dizziness getting better, or should I go into start looking toward disability? Is this something permanently I'll have to deal with? This
So for
awesome.
Eileen, is it highly likely that the physical therapy will help her to resolve the vertigo? Yeah. It's going to take a while. It's not an overnight thing, but yeah.
Oh
And
God, no.
don't give up on that. Because if you surrender and do disability, then you get stuck in this pattern of having to be dizzy the rest of your life. And you don't want
Yeah,
to
no, I see a physical therapist twice a week. I'm diligent with that, and yeah, and she's good. I laugh a lot. We laugh a lot because I will not let it get me down. And she keeps on saying I have a good attitude toward it. It says, yeah, 3 steps. Says I feel like a drunken sailor, but I'm okay. I know we're getting. I see the
you
improvement.
walk and you kind of veer as you walk.
And I veer to the left. I automatically. And she says, yep, your left side is worse. And yeah, says God help me if some police officer stopped me for a sobriety test because I couldn't do it because I can't stay straight that much. It's like, okay, so I will start thinking outside the box and not limit the box.
And with more joy. Don't forget to put the joy and the fun into it because that's better opportunities.
Yeah, I will. When you have a sister who works in the field, she's constantly sending me.
I don't want to hear excuses or why you can't.
No.
I only want to hear what you can do. Okay.
Yep. No. I do have that pressure, but when she sent me this position, I applied for it because I knew she was going to constantly ask me, but I also knew that it was not going to be a good fit. And given what they're going to be going, the location's going to be going under for the next 2 years, I should say, it's going to be very stressful. And I don't think I want to be that. Yeah, it's close by. It's a familiar place, but being familiar is not enough to make it a good job for me.
Yeah, and they said it's not a good choice. So
yeah, I didn't think so either. But okay, well, I have to move location by the end of July. Should I be looking for short-term rental?
So is it an optimal choice for Eileen to do a short-term living situation? Yeah, short-term works.
Okay.
Again, it's always about what makes you happy. They don't really care.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
Thank you. And your own choices.
Yeah, I had a weekend with the sisters last week and there was a lot of alcohol involved because it was needed. They all bring their own drama. And yeah, I'm learning that I have to look at myself first. And I think this time teleworking is helping me do that.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Again, love and positive white light. And I wish everybody an uneventful 5 minutes because God knows sometimes that's all we can hope for.
Well, we're going to hope for more than that, but thank you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. An uneventful weekend. How's that?
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Kira, are you still here? There you are. Can you turn your camera on so I can bring you up? Are you there? Yeah, I see you. Okay.
Hi.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
I'm doing well. My question is, what is my purpose in this life?
Okay. So for Kira, what is her purpose in this life? They're being a little sarcastic. Whatever the hell you want to do.
Okay.
Do you know what makes you happy?
No.
You're here to live, not to exist. So if you are not presently living a joyful, exuberant life of gusto and joy, then look for that first. Okay. First, you make you happy. You didn't come here to have this dreary existence. Find that happiness, that joy for yourself. Then you look around and you figure out what feeds my soul. Creator says, come here, find what feeds your soul and do it. You get to decide what that is. Nobody can tell you that. They will help you. Your angels, your guides will help you to accomplish what you want to accomplish, but you've got to first make the choice. So you figure out what feeds your soul, do that, and then you work on expanding your consciousness. That's the prime directive. So it's not like you come here coded to be a nurse, for instance. No, you come to do what feeds your soul. Now, many, many people don't ever get there. So you are blessed that you are on the path. You are already searching for it, which means it's there for you. So just reach out. And if you don't know what it is, do some things that you enjoy doing. Sift through them until you find the one that's like, oh, I love this so much. I could do this every day the rest of my life. And do that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So fun, have fun. That's really important because when you have fun, you shift your energy, which opens the doors for you to more opportunities. Because your angel team is there all the time, throwing things in your path for you to see. So look for those things. And when you notice them, even if you're not quite sure that's what it is, follow up on it. Those are the breadcrumbs that will help you on your path to find the joyful things and what feeds your soul. Never give up looking.
Okay. Thank you. And then just one more question. Do any of my guides want to identify themselves, and do any have any messages for me?
Okay. Anybody in Kira's team who wants to identify themselves? They're popping back and forth. It's funny. Like step up, step back. They really don't like to identify themselves because they don't have egos. They work as a team. All right. Anybody who wants to share an identity? No, I'm not getting anything. So do you have a message that you'd like to share with her? Yeah, babe, we got you. Let's do this together. Let's go have more fun. They will be there. I see them supporting you. You know, you've got like 3 on each arm right there supporting you in whatever you want to do. And sometimes they kind of like tilt you one way or the other, like a little nudge, like, let's go that way. Look at that thing over there to help you see the breadcrumbs that they've laid out. So anything else you want to share with Kara? Yeah. Okay. So now they're going to get serious. They're letting you know how much they love you, first of all, because you need to know that. You need to know how deeply you are loved. It's like volumes, like the ocean. It's so vast how much they love you and want to support you. So you make the choices. They will help you to accomplish the goals that you set out. They want to be your team. They want to interact with you. Do you talk to them now?
No.
Talk to them. They're right there ready to help you out. Let them know what you want so that they can get into action. Because remember, they can't make choices for you. They can help you to achieve the goals that you set. But you have to choose. Otherwise, you're a puppet. And that won't happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And last one, sorry, because I'm trying to work through this, and I have a therapist now, and I've gone through many. Do I finally have a good therapist who can help me, live my life and be a better person?
So the present therapist, is this an optimal choice for Kara? Yeah, feels good. Follow through.
Okay.
Because you deserve love, joy, and peace.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye. Okay, Pam, are you there? There you are. Pam, can you turn on your camera so I can bring you up?
Just trying to figure that out. Hi,
Awesome. Hi, what's your question?
Yeah, so I have a couple of questions. Detail.
Really hard to hear you. I don't know if it's background noise or what, but it's like an echo.
Yes. Can you hear me now? Better? Yeah.
It's still echo, but it's a little better.
Okay, it's just that I'm actually in an airport, so that's probably what the echo is. So yeah, I've had something really karmic happen to me recently, and just exposed a lot of things in my life, my shadows, my anxiety, with karmic.
I can't understand what you're saying. Are you going to be able to get to a quieter place?
Yes, in 15 minutes. Can we come in 15 minutes? Come back to me, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, cheers, bye.
See you soon. Sydney, come on up.
Hi.
Hi, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you for everybody's questions because it inspired me to remember some things. I have this very strange thing that has been happening for years where I say something and the opposite thing happens. Or I share in the morning, somebody asks me, what's your morning routine? And I say what it is. And I could be doing that routine for months and it stops. So is this a curse from the current lifetime? And then I have to, because I'm so aware of it, I'm like, okay, so do I say the opposite thing to manifest the thing I want, which is just madness? But what is it? And why is it happening?
Give me a for instance in what you might say that reverses.
Okay. If you were to ask me, what's your morning routine? And I go like, okay, I get up, I do Tai Chi, I do standing meditation, I write a little, I take my vitamins, I eat breakfast. That could be my routine and currently that's not my routine. It goes away. The next morning, something happens. And sometimes it's very bizarre, like I forget like that I even existed in my life, or something happens where it doesn't happen. And then it's like climbing a mountain to reclaim it. So my clients ask me questions about things. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm not bragging. I'm answering their question. And then the opposite thing happens. Recently, T-Mobile doesn't want to accept a credit card anymore. They want straight from your bank account or from your debit card. And I said to somebody out loud, I never use my debit card. And then sure as heck, I went somewhere and I had taken stuff out of my pocket and the only thing there was my debit card and I had to use it twice. I'm like, what is that? So what is that? Really, the opposite thing happens and over again.
That's confounding. I don't know, but let's ask.
It is confounding. So like, is it a curse from somebody presently? Is it a curse from like, what? So it's the mirror, the opposite thing happens or it stops my momentum. It's almost like, it's almost like I'm not allowed to speak about anything. If I write, like if I have my to-do list and I write, or currently I've been thinking about, this is how I want my routine to change, like, I'm not even going to give you examples, like things in your normal day to change and be better but without saying it, they're in motion. But once I share it and once I say it out loud, it stops or the opposite thing happens.
Okay. It's weird, but we'll ask.
So it is very weird.
What is this thing about where she speaks something and then it changes? Is there some kind of a curse? It's not a curse. Okay. What is it about? Why is she speaking things out of existence? Is it past life? Okay, so it's past life. Tell us about that. How many past lives ago? Lucky 13. Okay. And was that a female? It was a female lifetime. And what age did this trauma occur? Oh, wow. You were like 19 years old. It was during the witch times. And so you were practicing and you were doing witchcraft and you were speaking things into existence, and these powerful people didn't want you doing that. You were an empowered woman And that just wasn't allowed back then. So they wrapped you all up, tied you to the stake, and they strapped your mouth shut. So as you died, you couldn't even speak. It was pushed back in like that. And of course, you were trying to speak. So the only thing you could do at that moment was to think the curse or whatever you wanted to place on them. And because it couldn't come out of your mouth, it's like it boomeranged on you. This is like the craziest thing I've ever heard, but this is what's coming through.
Okay.
So knowing that, you can release that. It's almost like as you step into empowerment in this lifetime, you triggered that old trap. Because that was a pretty big consequence for speaking.
Yeah.
So in this lifetime, you want to release that. I'll write you a little clearing. I'll send it to you.
Fantastic. So very interesting language by you. Now I've studied shamanism and all sorts of things, but I've never embraced it. I'm like, I'm called to this but I don't formally use any of the tools, and I've actually healed my teachers and just nonsense. But for the first time yesterday, I contacted a client to give him information that I had said the day before about healing his wounds. And he said, "You must be a witch. I was just thinking about you just yesterday." And I was like, no. So I wrote back, "Yes, Glinda, the good witch from The Wizard of Oz." And he just liked it, and we moved on. But I've never associated myself. I've not studied Wiccan or any of that. And I bless that, if that's people's path. And maybe, I'm called to the shamanism because it has a similar vibe of manifesting in the etherical or whatever. So that's
it's reclaiming your power. That's why.
Yeah.
Because that was robbed from you, and no telling how many lifetimes in between where that has shown up and been a problem.
Right. And interesting to note, I can't shout. People, you see little girls and stuff where they can shout. I can't do that. It's all constricted.
Yeah.
And I also can't sing. I have a lot of talents, and I don't feel like it. So it is that constriction too. So that's a very helpful visualization. And I greatly look forward to a clearing mantra. That'd be amazing.
If they hadn't strapped your mouth shut, it probably would have been a different result. But that extra thing of strapping your mouth shut, and there you are screaming from the inside, but it's suppressed. And it's like reverberating through your body. It was very powerful. So whatever you were shouting was bouncing back on you.
Okay. And I want to say, in this lifetime, as empowered and powerful that I am and help a lot of people, I haven't been able to speak up enough, especially in times where I should be putting my foot down and going like, wait, stop, no.
Well, it meant death. And that,
And so even now I'm saying, I've managed to get around things, but it's in silence, like it's in silence and taking too much on and whatever. So that's really helpful. If you have time, my birth name is Cindy, Cindy, not Cynthia, Cindy Adelaide Lohan. And in 2006, a whole bunch of stuff had been coming about, and I changed it legally to Sydney. Sydney Adelaide Lohan. My social security number is the same, all that. I rarely meet Cindy's, rarely. And in this past week, 3 Cindy's standing next to me and saying, "Oh, people mistake me for Sydney, and my name is Cindy." Bizarre. And I was called to open a book on saints or something. I open it up and it's talking about Cindy. Now, my mom is 86. My father passed away 3 years ago. My family does not acknowledge my name at all. I'm wondering, I have started to wonder even before this week of Cindy's, if I should legally change it back, because there's something about my mother's health, or my brother is the executor of the will, and even though it's my legal name, whether they go like, "Nope, you're not Cindy, forget it. You're not, you can't claim whatever." But is there a reason for me to change it legally back?
Okay. So for Sydney, would it be an optimal choice to change her name back legally to Cindy? No. So what's going on? What's with all the Cindy's popping up to her awareness? It's about calling you to be your authentic self. This is all in a big snowball together. It's all connected to everything you've just talked about. And the Sydney is like the icing on the top. That was who you were originally. It doesn't mean you have to go back there. You get to choose who you are. You can change your name.
Yeah, I never resonated as a girl, a little girl, I was a tomboy, and as a woman, so it didn't suit me, I don't think, Cindy. And as a woman, I feel like it's a little girl's name, so it doesn't suit me. Like it doesn't have power to me. Plus, my father, who named me, wouldn't say where it came from, which is annoying. So, okay, perfect. But
Yeah,
what's
if you caved into that and you reverted, that's even more disempowering.
Got it. Got it. Okay, just a curiosity. Do I have time? Can I ask you something else? Are you
go quick because waiting.
A new apartment with this woman Candace. It's a small studio apartment. I feel like it's a stepping stone. 426 Skyline Lakes Drive in Ringwood. Is that I committed to it verbally 2 days ago. Is it opening the door to I'm stepping back into my graphic design career and my art career. Is that a good place for me to live? I think it's only going to be temporary, but.
So for Sydney, the apartment in Ringwood, would that be an optimal choice right now? Sure.
Okay.
As long as everything flows and it feels good, go for it.
Okay. Very helpful.
Awesome.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Marian, where are you? I saw you a minute ago. There you are. Hello, gorgeous. Happy to see you.
Hi. I wasn't on my way to see you. I had a big project to do today, but I was scrolling down YouTube to look up something, and there you were, and you were saying, please come on the show because I don't have a lot of people at that time. So I decided I have one question, and maybe it was time to go public with it. This has to do with a Zoom meeting. I do a lot of Zoom meetings. And this particular one, I was sitting looking at, the people, you see the gallery there, and this one friend, who's a friend I've had for maybe 30 years, all of a sudden she was sitting sideways and she turned into a reptilian before my eyes. Wow. And her skin was gray, and it wasn't like a photograph, it was moving. And like as she breathed, I could see it moving in and out. And then all of a sudden it disappeared. And I've ever since wondered, what was that all about?
Wow. Okay. So what's her name? Just first name?
Oh, I can't give her name because this is public. Okay. Yeah.
So for Marian, the friend who she saw morph into a reptilian, can you tell us what that's about? Is it that she was revealing her true self? No. Okay. So what was that about? I'm getting it was some kind of an optical illusion. Okay. So are you saying she needs her eyes checked? No. Okay.
And the thing is, I don't even think about reptilians, and I don't like to, when somebody brings them up in a conversation, I don't want to even hear it, so it was a total surprise, and it hasn't happened since. And this was like a month ago.
Okay. So is there something to be learned from this? Okay, there's something to be learned. And is it something to do with re-examining the friendship? Yes, it's about the friendship. Oh, okay. Wow. So it's about you seeing her through different eyes. It was an optical illusion that got your attention to make you consider and think about her. So are you saying that she's not as good a friend as Marion believes? No. There's something about her. So they need to have a conversation. Yeah. There's something drawing you to her. It's like this undiscovered thing. You need to have a conversation with her.
Oh, we work together, so that could happen.
Is she holding something back? Yeah. She's holding something back that you need to know. Come on, give us a little more detail, please. What is this about? It's important that you talk to her. That's why you had that experience. It's almost like spotlighting it, to get your attention
Mhm.
so that you would take the action.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah, but she's not a reptilian.
Okay.
P.S. Metatron tells me reptilians are not a thing, not on Earth.
Mhm.
So you don't have to worry about them.
All right. Thank you very much, Deborah. I'm so glad I stopped in.
Me too. It's great to
Yeah.
see you.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Who do we have here? Oh, Pam. Let's come back to Pam. Are you there, Pam?
Hi, yes. Is that better?
Yes, way better.
Okay, great. Okay. So, oh gosh, don't know where to start, but I experienced something very kind of karmic and traumatic the last few months with my twin flame coming back into my life after probably 6 years. We know each other 20 years. And I just wanted to kind of touch on what is the truth of us and from healing, where do we go from here? And what about a family? So I just recently kind of had something traumatic happen to me in relation to um, losing a baby, I guess. It's probably a little bit personal, but
Yeah, that's okay.
and I did go on an amazing retreat recently. I got loads of answers out of that. Some stuff wasn't answered. And yeah, it's really, really quite high level or high advanced stuff that's been going on. And I'm kind of stuck in the 3D about it all, in a sense, even though
Sorry,
I've done so much
the
work.
announcement is blocking out your voice. Can you maybe pop your hand around the microphone to block that voice? That's better. Okay.
So yeah, I'm just kind of stuck in 3D, even though I've done so much work on myself. I'm just trying to find a little bit of truth, clarity, surrender, sovereignty, and moving forward and healing. Like, what is the truth? Because I have been single so long, and I just don't understand why God hasn't put somebody in front of me. Like, and we keep going in and out of each other's lives, and I haven't got a family and things like that. So I guess basic questions.
Well, the thing about
simple
this
questions.
family, maybe you consider doing it yourself. Do you have to have a partner to have a family? If that's what your heart's desire is, then don't postpone it until it's too late, if that's what you really want. I had a lady on here a few years ago who was reaching the maximum age without a partner. She decided to go ahead. She ended up having twins, and she's so happy. She's raising these twins. Her mom is helping her, and it's wonderful. And she wasn't even sure she would be able to have. So it was a real miracle thing. So don't let something like that stop you. That's the important thing. But you want to know about what's going on, why with the relationship, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So for
why
Pam,
did it have to be so karmic? Why did it have to be so painful? What is the truth of us? How do we heal? Do we come back together? What's the right way to go? I guess lots of questions there, but overarching.
so for Pam, would it be an optimal choice to pursue this relationship that she was just in? No, that one's No, that's not the best one for you. Is there an optimal long-term partner out there for Pam? And I get a yes on that. And is that somebody who lives in the same country that she does? Yes. Is it somebody she already knows? Oh, it's somebody you already know. And is it somebody who's approximately her age? No. Older? So an older guy. Okay. And is it somebody she's friends with? No. Acquaintances. So an acquaintance. So is there anybody you can think of that meets that description? An older guy acquaintance who might be a good partner?
No.
Is it somebody she knows in a work environment? No. So in a social environment. All right. So somebody you cross paths with. So here's the thing. Ask your angels to help you with that. Be open to it. But the most important thing, you work on you and stop worrying about the relationship. That will fall into place when you get you ready. Because you don't want to meet this wonderful match for you when you're not ready. You want to meet them equally where you're already a good partner. So whatever it is you're working on healing in you, focus on that. Get that done ASAP. So would
Okay,
this,
great. Thank
would
you.
this gentleman be open to having a child? I get a yes, he would be.
Yeah.
I'm seeing white hair. So I don't know how much older, but yeah, white hair. He looks like he's kind of tallish. You know, he almost looks like Bob Proctor. Not exactly, but similar.
Okay.
You know what Bob Proctor looks like?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, okay. That's important that you know that. Okay. But what else do you want to ask?
That's really it. Yeah, I've been, I guess, on this healing discovery journey for about 10 years. So, you know, I thought I was ready. Kind of. Yeah.
Now work on you, work on enjoying your life. Don't put things aside for someday because someday might not come. Start living your life with more joy and exuberance today. And guess what? That automatically shifts you into a higher level of desirability for a partner. Because when you're enjoying your life, then somebody else would want to enjoy it with you.
Of course.
And also, it could be that this guy is somebody that you might not have thought was your type. Throw that out the window because what we think of as our type isn't always the best choice for us. Let your angels bring you together. Because I've been married now 37 years to somebody who I never would have given a second look if my angels had not pushed me into his arms. And I'm like, you got to be kidding. This is not my type. Guess what? He must have been because it's been a long time and it's working. So sometimes we sabotage ourselves that way. Make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah,
Keep
perfect.
posted.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.
Okay. Maya, I see you said you can't open your camera. I'm sorry. Those are the rules and I can't break the rules or then I'm out of integrity. So try to get the camera up and I'd be happy to talk to you. Hey, Bridget, come on up.
Hey, Deborah, can you hear me?
I hear you. I see you. What's
Yes,
happening?
I'm sorry I'm late. I was on call and got called to the hospital, and I was like, please let me out of there on time.
No apologies. You're here. That's what's perfect. What's your question?
Yes. So I recently learned that I need to do some healing around the elements, but specifically fire. I've been lighting my candles, trying to feel into it, meditating on it. I'm just wondering if there's something else or more that I could do in the way of just connecting with that healing that needs to be done between fire and water for me.
Okay. So for Bridget, this healing between fire and water, first of all, is that true? She needs healing there? Okay. Yes. So what can you tell us about that? How can she heal those issues? Anything? It's just this big open space right now. Yeah, it's like I see you're in like this big circular. It would be like something they would put corn in, the big corn silos, except it's bigger. And so you're in it and it has like this kind of a sci-fi feel to it. And you can't really see, the light is low. And so you're kind of feeling your way around to see where the boundaries. Oh, that's interesting. Where the boundaries are. Okay, so she's finding boundaries. Oh, interesting. You need boundaries, right? You need healthy boundaries. So it's
with
like,
everybody.
yeah, boundaries is a big thing. It's so vast. And okay, hang on, because it's coming into clarity. So you're hanging out in this massive thing that it's really impossible to make progress because it's just so big. You could just keep going round and round this thing and you wouldn't get your answers. But at one point you come to a spot where there's an opening. And for some reason, you've been afraid to go through that opening, but you need to go through that opening if you're going to change the situation you're in. As soon as you step through that opening, you are in a space that's smaller. It's got more light. You can see things clearly and make better choices. But that fear of what's on the other side of the opening is holding you back. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's when I close my eyes, I keep seeing a door. Does that have to do with it?
Yeah. I don't see a door on it. I see it as just an opening, but it is a door that's cut into the wall.
Yeah.
But you're not going through it because you're afraid of what's on the other side.
So it's about releasing the fear that I have inside.
Taking a chance on you. Grab your angel's hands, have them walk through it with you.
Okay.
Then there's no fear. And what they're showing me is it's kind of this cozy little space on the other side. It's nothing like you've got in your head. You will feel so much better. So it's like, take a deep breath, grab your angels, get through that door. Stop torturing yourself by staying in that space.
Okay. Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome. Keep us posted on how that goes.
I'll keep you updated. It's been a journey.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Yvette. I'm so glad you made it. You said you couldn't come today.
Yeah, I just got home about half an hour ago, so I was like really, really happy that I made it and that I'm able to join everyone. Sending blessings and light to everybody on the chat and everybody on YouTube, and to you especially as you're dealing with some health issues and stuff that I read about on your email. So hope everything is better now.
It's better, thank you.
My question is, I've been feeling very inspired lately, just with writing, with sewing, with a lot of my activities, but especially with my health. My eyes have improved. Everything seems to be on an upward keel, so I'm really, really happy about it. Am I on the right track?
So for Yvette, is she on the right track with her health? Well, they're saying, yeah, you feel better. So that's your validation that you're on the right track. Anytime you feel better, keep going. Do you want to ask more about that?
Yeah, and can they give me some suggestions on what I can do to continue on this upward trajectory?
Okay. So what can she do to continue on this path and to even get into higher levels of well-being? Are you doing a lot of meditation? Yeah,
Yes.
so that's important to continue doing that. So are you saying do it differently? Okay, yeah, try it differently.
Okay,
You
because I
meditate
do a lot of walking.
So
I
you
go
are
for a lot of walks and stuff. Yeah.
okay, because I was seeing you outside. Okay, so she's already outside. So what do you want to tell her about that? Yeah, so you've got that going, it's working well, but take it to the next level. find a spot that feels special and sacred. And I see like a tree and a rock, kind of that idyllic little spot you would stop and be there in that space because, oh, wow, this is really cool. You are borrowing and sharing energy with the tree and the rock. It's like this big circle of energy connecting the three of you as you meditate, which is taking you to a higher level.
Very
You are
cool.
ready for that.
Yeah.
And even
things are really going
the
better, a lot
plants.
better than they were.
Yeah, it's like a collective energy in that space that you create. It's like you create this bubble around you, the tree, the rock, the plants in the vicinity. And you all are in this sharing energy space. And as you're there, if you feel inspired, talk to the plants, the tree, and the rock.
Yes.
See what wisdom they have to share with you.
Really going better. Great idea.
Oh, hang on. Good.
Yeah, as I said, I'm really doing well and everything's going pretty well. Been having some interesting dreams again. I mean, just the dreams. The other night I had a dream about Jimmy Carter, that I met him. And this just came out of the blue because, I think about him and what a humanitarian he is and the sort of person that I aspire to emulate, as far as helping
Yes.
others and being there for other people. And so it was very, very, a very unique dream to actually meet him and to, share his energy, if you will.
Oh, are you going to write about that?
Yeah, I've been keeping a journal of my dreams and what I've been experiencing in them, and I've had some pretty interesting dreams. I mean, most of them have been very positive. So, I mean, there hasn't been any really negative dreams. It's just been mostly positive stuff with like little lessons like thrown in there just for good measure.
Yeah. I ask because there's renewed interest in Jimmy Carter. First of all, it's just
Oh, are you going to
phenomenal.
write about that?
Well, I'm just going to mute you again, Sarah.
Yeah, I
So there's a lot of interest in Jimmy Carter. It's like all of a sudden people are
pretty interesting
appreciating him.
dreams. I
Sarah,
mean, most of them have been
gotta
very
keep
positive.
muted.
So
Sorry. And it's like we don't know how in the heck he is hanging on because I thought once Rosalind went, he would probably go soon after. I have a feeling he's waiting around to see if Trump gets put in jail. But it could be something
he
else.
may be.
Yeah. So, but because there's a lot of interest in him, and he's somebody who I don't think ever got the recognition he should have gotten.
No, he
So
didn't. He
if you
didn't.
share, that could be a really wonderful tribute for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to write this down and keep a journal of it. But I did want to mention it to you because I just thought that it was a really amazing thing. And I felt like there was a message there from my guides about my energy and about his energy and about I don't know. I don't know if it's a connection or just an idea that I had this dream and that I thought it was just really amazing and that, waking up, I felt absolutely energized.
So let me ask a question about that. Are you saying that Jimmy might be her guide on the other side when he crosses? Yeah. It's almost like his consciousness reached out to connect with you now. And of course, you can do it again. If you've done it once, you can do it again.
Yeah.
And because you have that connection with him, if you want to, you could continue it when he's on the other side.
Oh, definitely.
Imagine the
Definitely.
wisdom he would have to share.
Oh my goodness. I always try to tap into the wisdom of the elders, if you will, like I knew people from Native American communities back when I was a child, and they said that I should always tap into the wisdom of the elders because they can give me guidance that I would otherwise not receive.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, maybe you have a past life connection. There's something there.
Yeah. It was an amazing dream because it just came like that out of the blue. And I woke up and I felt absolutely energized.
Yeah. Well, that's a wonderful sign. And why wouldn't you want more of that?
Absolutely.
And it
Okay.
strikes me that might have something to do with your well-being as well. Because if you come out of it that energized, it's got to have benefits for your body.
Yes, and I think it is. I think it's showing. I was at the eye doctor yesterday and he said my vision has gotten better. It went from 2.5 on one eye to 0.75. So that's like really a vast improvement. It's just amazing. So
That is
I'm very
fabulous.
happy about it.
So happy for you. Wonderful.
Yeah. But I'm so happy that I got to talk to you today. And
Likewise.
thank you so
I'm
much.
surprised to see your name.
And yeah,
Yeah.
blessings to everyone. And
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Great to see
Have
you.
a good one. Have a good month and take care and continued health to you.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, Sarah. Where did you go? You were just there a minute ago. Did you leave? Oh, Sarah left. Sarah, you were so close. All right, Letty, come on up. Can you turn on your camera? Oh, Sarah came back. Okay. Sarah, I'm going to come to you next, so just hang on. Hey, Letty. You just got to unmute. There you go.
How
There
are
you go.
you?
Great to see
Great
you.
to see you. Nice to see you too.
Mute the
Mute
YouTube.
the
button.
YouTube button. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, I don't have the YouTube on. That's weird.
Something. Yeah, something's echoing.
Something's echoing.
Two devices?
Two devices? No, my other one is turned off.
That's so weird.
That's so weird. That's
right.
weird.
All right. You talk.
You talk. Okay. I just I would like to see if my guides can help you because I get to a certain point, but I don't know if it's fear. I get to a certain point of meditating and I fall asleep. I started to hear noises like bells going off and I talk to my guides and I try to listen to them to speak. I don't want to force it, but what can I do differently for me to hear them? And also if they have another message for me.
Okay, I just muted you so that we won't hear the echo. If you've got headphones, try headphones and see if, no? Okay. So when you think you're hearing them, accept, relax, take that and believe that you are hearing them. Now, you might not audibly hear them. That's unusual. You might hear something in your head. You might get a feeling in your body. You might get a picture. Whatever you get, take that and run with it. That is them communicating with you. They will use any method. And sometimes it's those repeating numbers. Sometimes it's you're out and all of a sudden you start seeing yellow cars and you wonder, what's with that? All of a sudden I'm noticing yellow cars. Whenever anything repeats like that, it's probably your angels. So then you go Google, what's the symbolism of yellow? What's the symbolism of that car I keep seeing? And you dig until you find the answer. That's the trick. And it's just persistence. Go into the Facebook group and share with us what you're getting, and we'll help you sort it out. That's another way to accelerate. Yeah, go ahead and unmute and tell me what you're going to say.
I have been putting that. It's like I just want to hear them. I'm just so wanting to hear because there's all of a sudden a bell will go off and there's no bell in the house. I hear somebody talking. There's nobody in the house except me and my dogs. And I can hear something going off or something like pulling on my ear, or I feel like, when you're swimming and you're underwater, that sensation in your ear, I hear that too. Sorry about that. I hear that too. So those are things that are happening. And then as I'm meditating, I also see I'm trying to get through like a veil. There's a veil that I'm trying to break through. And I go, am I doing it too much? Am I just trying to force the situation or just let it happen? I don't know what to do.
You're on the right track. You just keep going. You're getting something. That tells you you're on the right track. Keep going. Practice. Stay in a relaxed receiving mode. Try not to get into that frustration, impatience mode. It takes practice, practice, practice. For some people, it happens faster than others, but you are getting something. Way better than nothing, right? Just keep building on it. And yeah, those bells are meaning something. So ask them, hey, I'm hearing the bell. What does that mean? You got to help me out here. And you just go from there. But know that they will communicate with you wherever there's a gap that they can get in, the path of least resistance. They will keep working to communicate with you. Over time, it expands. You will hear them at one point. So just relax and allow it to happen. And when you get things like a bell ringing, go Google, what's the symbolism of hearing a bell ringing? You see, maybe what's happened, you haven't Googled the symbolism to get the message yet. So they're not giving you more until you do that, right? Because you've gotten a message, but you haven't gotten the message because you didn't get the symbolism. This is how they build communication with you, one step at a time. Yeah, let me unmute you.
I will do that. And if they have a message for me, I mean about the sale of my house.
Okay.
Okay.
So mute you again.
Mute you again.
For Letty, do you have a message for her about the sale of her house? Okay. So is the sale going to go through in the near future? It is going to sell. Are you talking like within a month? A little longer than that. 2 months? Yeah, about 2 months.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to speed it up because I just want to take off. So that's it. That's it. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend.
You too. And don't worry about speeding it up. Just send gratitude for what they're doing. That can help speed it up. Stay in the flow. Okay, Sarah, come on up.
Am I here?
I hear you. Can you turn on your camera?
I don't know how. I had it on earlier, but I can't find it now.
It should be down below. Let me see if I can ask to start video. There you go. Maybe you get a message now. You get the message? There you are. Hi, what's your question?
I want to know if my guys can tell me if I'm going in the right direction that I need to be going.
Okay. So for Sarah, is she going in the right direction? Is she on her path? I get a yes on that. Do you want to ask something specific about it?
Well, I would like to know what that direction is.
You're not feeling it.
No.
Okay. So can you give her any guidance about the direction? It's reaching out for what feels good. I get a picture of you as this little child playing under a shade tree. And all of a sudden you reach your hand out and your hand goes outside of the shade of the tree into the sunshine. So the sunshine hits your hand and you feel that and it's like, oh, that's different. So it's kind of like that. You are under the shade tree. So you're not fully into your path. You need to step out into the sunshine, metaphorically speaking. So
how do I do that?
You're holding back. You're not doing something that you're either feeling called to do or that you would like to do. Go do that. Take the action.
Okay.
That's
if only
what's
I knew what it was.
Something that you thought you might like to do, but you haven't done it for any number of reasons.
Okay. I'm getting a block. And one other question. I've been thinking about my husband a lot lately and getting flashes of times that we were together and he's passed. Is there some meaning to this?
Well, he's probably reaching out to you.
Okay.
That's what happens when they reach out from the other side. You will feel them, you might see them, you might hear something. So then you can go into meditation and you can call them forward and say, let's have a conversation. You can touch them, you can talk to them.
Okay.
Is that a good thing that he's reaching out? Are you happy about that?
Well, everything that I'm seeing is all happy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it that you're holding back and not really living your life since he left, and he's maybe trying to encourage you to do that? Step into the sunshine, baby?
Probably.
You're in the shadow of death.
Yep. Probably.
You see how it all comes together once we start picking away at it?
Yeah.
So you can communicate with him, but don't get stuck there, because that's not getting out and living your life. It's time. He loves you, so he
Okay.
wants you to live your life.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, you guys, I think I got everybody on the Zoom side. Is there anybody that I haven't talked to that I'm missing? And we're over time anyway. We need to get this wrapped up. So let me just say hello. There's only a few people on the YouTube side. So Linda, Christine, Arlene, C'est La Vie, Marby, Wendy, Nightfall Waves. Oh, you like Sydney's reading, Wendy? Yeah, it was pretty cool, huh? There's some weird, interesting things that happened today. So if you didn't hear the beginning, go back and listen because wow, we had a lot of stuff today. So Nightfall, I'm only answering questions on the Zoom side today. When the first Monday of the month we meet for metaphysical chat, and then I answer questions only on the YouTube side. So I'm trying to balance it that way. So glad you could come today, Lady Eva. You're welcome, Letty. Awesome. Okay, you guys, so let's just close it down with oh, Lady Eva, you are so welcome. It was a joy. I'm so happy for you. So let's just close it down with a little prayer, and we'll send you off to enjoy the rest of your weekend. So just take a couple deep breaths. Oh, let's clear away all the stuff. Make the space for the angels, for the love to come in and surround you, to hold you in their arms, to rock you like a baby, filling you with love and the security of knowing how loved you are and how cared for you are. Because even though I tell you, other people tell you, sometimes you don't quite get how deeply you are loved by your team. They would just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze you to let you know how loved you are if they could. But instead, they work overtime to send you messages to help you out. And that's how they're showing their love all of the time. So as much as possible, open up to them, allow them to communicate with you. Believe that they are communicating with you and accept it. And sometimes it will feel like your imagination, and that's okay. It does feel that way. That's perfect. Go with that and know that as you practice, over time it will expand. And join us in the meditation group if you want to connect with your angels. So we want to thank all of you for being here today. Thank all of your teams, Creator, Metatron. Thank you for guiding us, for loving us, for shining that bright, beautiful light on us, for making the world go round, for our everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So for all of you, go out, have a splendid day. I'll see you back here next month. Much love. Mwah. Bye. Okay, got to find my ending spot.